Greetings and salutations. Back with some more Astrologaster. Apparently, last we played, if I remember correctly, I know we started a rumor about the Allens and her um, pursuing the seed of a foreigner to help with the bearing of a child. We're also having an affair with Mrs. Allen. No fault of mine own. It was not the dialogue that I picked. I merely made a choice in the stars, and he chose to carry it to that extent. So, nay, nay, don't look at me like I'm the bad guy. I did not encourage this adulterous behavior. Um, Also, we're still in need of letters of recommendation. So yeah, we need 8 of those total, so that we can get our license to practice medicine legally. Right now, we're not really working under the constraints of the law. So, let's bounce back into this and see what we can accomplish this day. This new game. We'll see where we end up. Come on, 'tis loading. I believe in you. Maybe. Here we go. We're getting somewhere. I hear sounds. That's a plus. Ah, yes, I remember reading this, but I'll read it again for funsies. Sir, I thank you for your recent inquiry with regards to obtaining a license to practice medicine. I note from our records that you terminated your enrollment at our institution some years ago on the grounds of insufficient funds. Whilst we do not ordinarily issue medical licenses to men who have not first completed a medical degree, proof of equivalent professional experience in the form of letters of recommendation may be taken into consideration. A minimum of 8 such letters of recommendation is customarily required. I advise you write to us again once you've obtained the requisite number of letters. John Cowell, Vice Chancellor of University of Cambridge. So yes, as I said, we need 8 letters. So let's see what we can get. Turn.
What is variation? We are no longer sure. Seeds formants now are patient, and haste is the cure.
Yeah, we're still dealing with this. As aforementioned, 'twas not my choice.
Ah, my dear Avis, what a pleasure it is to see you. I have
I
oft
cannot
thought
tarry
of our
long.
last...
My husband will be expecting me home.
Of course. But, dear lady, is something the matter?
Of course. Do not all your querents come with a matter they wish an answer to?
Well, yes, but...
I wish to ask of the stars whether a man I am close with, a man who is not my husband, whether that man be also close with another woman.
A man you are... I see. Well, if I am to judge the stars for you, I must ask you to be more precise. In what sense do you mean close? The platonic bond of friendship?
Nay, close in the sense of being intimate.
I see. Then 'tis the familial tie of kinship, perchance.
Nay, I mean someone with whom I have shared physical relations.
Verily, madam, if I am to give you an accurate reading, you must state your question clearly.
Methinks you know full well what I ask. I bid you ask the stars whether my lover is, that is to say, be it true that he engages with another woman in acts of strumpy-humpy.
Madam, you astonish me. 'Tis unlike you to speak such indelicate words. Now, if I understand you correctly, you have a lover, and you wish to know whether he has been sharing his tender favours with another woman.
Aye, but did I not verily say so?
And now that we have at last fathomed your question, let us read the stars to fathom an answer. Has Mistress Allen's lover been unfaithful to her?
This is special. Their relationship is special. Our encounter at this time is special. All of this is special. Okay. The one who is cheated fears she's being cheated on. Let's see. This constellation provokes unexpected intimacies between me and Avis. House of relationship with Quarrent. This represents surprise. This represents intimate relations. Mistress Allen's mind has been turned by jealousy and confusion. This suggests jealousy. This indicates a mind turned by confusion. Mrs. Allen could be more optimistic about her romance, or should be more optimistic about her romance with this man. This shows optimism. Okay. Mistress Allen's lover is seeing a woman who is willing and able to marry him. He wishes to continue his family line. This represents agreeableness. Mistress Allen no longer pleases her lover. The spark has been lost. This represents a mature man, Avis's lover. This indicates creativity being reversed. This represents a woman who is unable to please Avis. Mistress Allen's lover wishes to father a child. This represents masculinity. Okay, so we have two options here. We can break Mistress Allen's heart and cease this infernal affair, or we can assure her that all is right and continue in these acts of adulterous nature. Do I want to break her heart? That is the question, is it not? Ugh, I don't like the affair, but I don't have, to my knowledge, any other woman, because I am her lover, as long as she's referring to me, and to my knowledge, I don't have anyone else. So it would be lying. But is a lie to destroy a bigger situation okay? That is the question, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know the answer. So, does B explicitly say is seeing another way? Okay. This does explicitly say that her lover, me, is indeed partaking in acts with another woman. So it would be a bold front lie, whereas the other pieces simply state facts that could be true, such as he wants to father a child and he needs to be able to get married, and what he's doing now is... So she's going to be mad at me, and I'm going to lose bits of my relationship, which merely prolongs the gaining of my letters. Oh Lord, what am I supposed to do? Oh, my gut tells me to break it off. Is that what my gut's telling me? My knee-jerk reaction is, if I was to pick, okay, I think I'm just going to choose A, simply because I want this daggum letter, and I don't want to upset her. Not because I approve. I do not approve. But he's not seeing anyone else to my knowledge. And I simply choose what the stars are telling him, or which to choose from. I do not pick the dialogue that fathers hither. So either one of these can go very, very poorly, or very, very well, and of which I am not certain. So just because I'm picking the one that I think will bode well for my letters does not necessarily mean that that is the case. I'm choosing it. I'm sorry, guys. Fancy me a bad person if you wish, but I'm thinking of my practice and my desire to serve. Oh, but if I'm doing things falsely, you know what? Nope. I'm just going with my gut. Going with my gut.
The stars are most clear, madam. Your lover has not been coupling with another woman.
He has not.
Forsooth, the stars say that your mind has been turned by jealousy and confusion. Now, if there is nothing further, madam...
Oh, how relieved I am to hear you say this. Oh, Simon, what a fool I have been not to trust you.
But you... this lover... 'twas me all along? You were not speaking of some other man?
I beseech you, pardon me, Simon. I had to know the truth from the stars, for I did hear tell of other women.
But how could you not see? No other woman is to me so dear, and verily is it not clear to you that I...
Do you verily, Simon?
Oh, my dear, sweet Avis.
He's a little dense. The court did wish to know whether her lover is engaging in intimacies with another woman. It did advise the court that her lover remained loyal to her. The court revealed that I was the lover she was referring to. This caused confusion, though it was quickly resolved. Methinks the court is most pleased with me for the reading I gave today. Coitus post Constellito. Oh, I received a letter! See, guys, being honest in the face of a sin, in the face of adultery, has proven fruitful. Oh, I got a letter. The Quarrant will return from the constellation. Barely, it was wrong of me to doubt him so.
Always has what's new. Far ahead of friends of our friends. She oft gets her hands on goods from foreign lands. That captain to trust he sends.
Good morrow, madam. I humbly welcome you to my consulting chambers, and thank you for choosing my practice. Mistress...
Fortescue, Mistress Sybil Fortescue.
Well then, Mistress Fortescue, what may I assist you with this day?
I come upon a most troubling matter, sir. I know not whether it is a medical matter or something else.
I see. Pray describe your trouble to me, madam.
Well, I suppose it all began with a dinner I hosted at my house last even. Mayhap you have heard of my dinners, Dr. Foreman. They are much talked about. Though I fear last evening's dinner will be talked about for all the wrong reasons.
Talked about, you say?
Yes. Indeed, invitations to my dinners are much sought after, for I host the most desirable of guests. Lords, bishops, poets, explorers, painters, and the like. Why, last eve I hosted the famous Robert Lord Devereux, the playwright William Shakespeare, and the Bishop of London and his wife. As well as fascinating conversation, at my table I served the very latest and most original dishes. Last even, I served an exotic green vegetable called a portato. So crisp and refreshing. My dear husband sent them home to me from the New World. Doubtless you have heard of my husband, Captain Fortescue. He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh.
I see. Your dinners do sound most excellent, Mistress Fortescue. But what occurred at last eve's dinner that has you so distressed?
Well, in truth, 'twas after dinner. We all felt a strong desire to take some air, and so we left the table to take a turn in some pleasure gardens nearby. But then, as we were walking along the path, right in the middle of the gardens, in full public view...
Pray do not distress yourself, madam. Prithee, take your time.
My guests and I were, all of a sudden, stricken with pain. We began chundering and voiding from our... But there was nowhere to turn, you see. There were no bushes close by to shield our modesty. 'Twas unspeakable.
A moment, madam, as I note this down. Abdominal pain and simultaneous upward and downward purging of a most sudden and violent nature. Now, let us see how these stars explain this most
Sounds
distressing
like
and
food
unsavory
poisoning.
event. What troubled Mistress Sybil Fortescue and her guests last eve?
Sounds like food poisoning. Okay. Which is suggested the illness is temporary. That evil digestion suggests a severe imbalance of phlegm of the body. No. Suggests the illness is chronic. Suggests neurosis. No, it's definitely food poisoning. It was a potato, but it was green vegetable. Potatoes aren't normally green. So maybe they weren't ripened properly, or they were bad, or I don't know what would cause a potato to do such a thing, but she said it was a green vegetable. And potatoes are not green. I've seen red, I've seen brown, I've seen yellow, but nary have I seen green. So we're gonna go with this one.
Madam, I think you said the New World vegetables you dined upon were green in colour, did you not? And you described them as crisp and refreshing, I think. I take it then that you served them to your guests green and raw?
Yes, indeed. Most of the potatoes my husband sent me were full dull and unhealthsome in appearance. Hence I served only the green ones. I had my cook cut them in such a way as to resemble roses. 'Tis the way I oft serve my apples.
Ah, then your trouble was a severe case of evil digestion. I have read that these vegetables can be noxious if they turn green.
Oh, my days! You mean I poisoned my guests?
In a manner of speaking, aye. But worry not, madam, for the suffering was but temporary. Indeed, it does sound as if the bodies of your guests were most comprehensively purged of the poison. However, in future, be sure to cook the potatoes until they are soft, and pray do not eat the ones that have turned green.
As God shall mend me, what a shameful affair this has been. I shall go home and, well, I shall write to my husband and ask that he includes cooking instructions with the next gift of food that he sends me. I thank ye and bid ye good day, Dr. Foreman.
Yes. See? We chose a good answer. Oh, I have to reposition my legs. Oi! My old. It says I've sat too long. With minimal movement. The client did present with the symptoms of both upward and downward involuntary purging, abdominal pain, and fever. I did diagnose evil digestion provoked by the consumption of raw green potatoes. Methinks the client is most pleased with my reading for the reading I gave today. Oh, that's good. What a fine-looking young man Dr. Foreman has for a manservant. Apparently, William, I believe is his name, is the one who helps me upon occasion, was quite attractive to the eyes. Many a woman has said such.
Here comes a literary mind, one such as we do rarely find. Just needs a man to be behind, for she's but a lady.
She has returned.
Good evening, Miss Lanier. What brings you?
I am come about my future, Dr. Foreman. I wish to know whether I will find success as a writer of poems and plays. You can predict futures, can you not?
You, madam? A writer of poems and of plays? Forsooth, how verily remarkable.
Well, 'tis true most of us Bassanos and Laniers are musicians, but I have chosen a different path. I've lately begun a collaboration with a poet and playwright. Let us call him Mr. S.
Shakespeare.
He is presently writing a play that takes place in northern Italy, and as I am of Italian heritage, he has asked me to help him write it.
How interesting. And does this collaboration betwixt you go well?
Right well, or so methinks. Indeed, Mr. S did suggest that I am full talented as a writer. Be not afraid of greatness, he told me. For once our play opens upon the London stage, our success will follow, as night follows day.
I see. Then what would you have me ask the stars, madam?
Well, I've noted that Mr. S, although a brilliant man, is oft prone to exaggerated melodrama and implausible plot resolutions. I wish to know whether this story of his, of our future success, is true.
Very wise of you, madam. Then let us see whether your success or failure is writ in the stars. Will Mistress Amelia Lanier find fame and fortune as a writer?
Oh, I don't want to divine this because Mr. S is likely Shakespeare, because we know that he was at the woman's party, and we know he is successful, but her name doesn't strike me as one that I've heard. Now, granted, I know not of all the great playwrights, so she could be successful, and I'm just ignorant to the fact. Oh, but I'm not excited for this. So it leads me to wonder if the readings will speak to both Shakespeare and her, or of his success and her disappearance, or just not being referred to. So let's see. Okay. If Mistress Lanier maintains optimism, her ambitions will be realized. Not only will she be successful, her work will lead to the transformative and surprising political changes. Suggests victory, advises optimism, Uranus. This represents surprises in politics, represents transformation. Her writing partner will work well together. Cooperation. Okay. The star urges to be more sensitive to the needs of her child. Okay. This house warns of a legacy marred by deceit and jealousy. Okay. This speaks in indulging in creative theft. This one seems the most accurate because this makes me curious, actually. I wonder if this is real in, like, history. Let's take a look. So now I'm curious. Yep, was an English 16th century. Yep, this is her. Emily Lanier née Emilio Bassano was the 16th century English poet and a potential candidate for being the Dark Lady of Shakespeare's sonnets. Some scholars also theorize that she had been a co-author for some of Shakespeare's plays. Born in 1569, which is what this is set in 1692, I believe. She was part of a court circle and had access to the same social intellectual circles as Shakespeare, so that it suggests that she may have been a source of inspiration for characters and themes in Shakespeare's works, including the Dark Lady of the Sonnets. Theories suppose that she may have been a co-author of some of Shakespeare's plays, suggesting she possessed the necessary skills and knowledge. While the idea is intriguing, the majority of Shakespeare scholars do not accept the claim that Emilia Lanier was author of Shakespeare's works. The Dark Lady is a prominent figure in Shakespeare's sonnet, a woman with dark features and a complex character. Emily Lanier has been suggested as a possible candidate for the Dark Lady due to her own poetry and social standing. Some scholars, like John Hudson, have argued that Emily Lanier was in a position to contribute to the writing of Shakespeare's plays, giving her background and knowledge. Some scholars point to intellectual connections between Emily Lanier's poetry and Shakespeare's works, suggesting that they may have been influenced by each other. The debate about Emily Lanier's relationship to Shakespeare continues, with some scholars finding the theory intriguing and others remaining skeptical. Some even say there are critics that say she had an affair with Shakespeare and that she was the Dark Lady he wrote about in sonnets. Interesting. So, Emily Lanier was the first woman in English history, or in England, let's see if this to open, to assert herself as a professional poet through her volume. Okay, so attempts have been made to equate her with Shakespeare's Dark Lady. So she has written things. She was either 75 or 76 when she died. Interesting. I do like that she is legit. Okay. So then if she has done her own works, I can less shadily. It's not really shady because she has been successful. I just don't know what the business partner portion. She has composed works that are known of. I just wasn't familiar with them, and that's my own ignorance, a lack of knowledge there. But, so yeah, I think we can say this one. I don't think that he necessarily stole her work, because I just don't think that she was credited. It is a bit testy. But if she has done things, and they are known, I'll select this one.
It would seem Mr. S.'s confidence is not misplaced, for the stars foretell that if you have faith in your success, you will succeed. And your contribution to the world will reach beyond literature to be of great benefit to society.
So, in order to succeed, I must hold fast to a belief that I will succeed.
Just so, madam.
But what you are asking of me is right illogical, Dr. Foreman. Indeed, 'tis an impossibility. How can I maintain a belief that my success is inevitable when you have just informed me that my success is conditional and contingent? As Aristotle teaches us in
Mistress
his...
Lanier, mayhap I have confounded you with the nuances of my astrological reading. All you need know is that the achievement of your goals is very likely. Indeed, 'tis indicated that your collaboration with Mr. S will be a fruitful one. Prithee, madam, look not for bad news among the good.
Aye, mayhap 'tis best I not overthink it, as you say. I thank ye, sir. Good even, Dr. Foreman.
The quorn did wish to know whether her activities as a writer would bring her success. I did advise the quorn that her collaboration with Mr. S was fruitful and would bring her success. Methinks the quorn was a little pleased with me for the reading I gave this day. If only I could forget what he said about my success being conditional. Fie. How would Ulysses, I don't know, have solved this conundrum? I'm sure it's a name that I've heard before in tales of old, but I can't pronounce it, and I apologize.
Mistress David's island, the love of Foreman's life, how futile 'tis to fall.
Okay, I'm going to leave this one here. We will continue our tales later on. So far, we have received one letter. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other patrons, which goes to mean that there's got to be more people, because we need at least 8 letters, and we only have 7 people total. We're doing well with her, Miss Lanier, or Mistress Lanier, or whatever her name is. So that's good. But these others they've only been here once, and they weren't impressed either way, and yeah, he's odd, so we'll see, and then she's odd as well. So, anyway, we're going to leave this one here, and we can pick this up here shortly. I thank you so much for joining me. Have a great one, lovies.